hello, dear, as I start to say good morning, and for all we know, it is. For all we know, it isn't. But we have place marks in our head that seem to divide like names of the apparent object that is not here. You can't take it out and touch it and look at it. Oh, names. Would you be without your story? So, which brings me back to the morning walk. Morning walk. Just allowing things to share their name with you, as opposed to you believing name on to that object. How disrespectful. How could I name that and that and that without its permission? Close your eyes and I'll ask you from where you are right now. Your family did not allow you to live your life the way you wanted to. So meditating in that belief that you've held for a long time now, contemplating they did not allow me to live my life the way I wanted to. Is it true? At it again. See if something else shows up for you. Something that would show you clearly something else. Invite it in, and if it doesn't come, that's okay. This is not to change your answer. This is about waiting for what will enlighten you to something else. If it's there at all, it doesn't mean it is. But if it's there, the invitation for that to meet your question, is it true? Can you really know that it's true? So your ego can give you all of those apparent truths. Yes. Yes, 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 you're right. And they made you marry him. Considering all those facts, they made you marry him. Is it true? Yeah. So feel that. And continue to tell us the images. I want you to understand the cause of your suffering. Those images in your head of you don't love him. Those images in your head, maybe of you trying to love him, but you just can't, you don't. Of you forcing yourself and you don't love him. You don't even like him. And waking up day after day, and you see the future, and what does that look like? When you think the thought they made me marry him. You see images of your family never accepting you in the future. You see them rejecting you in the future. They're you. And you just had a nightmare. We watched you have it. And it was all about your family rejecting you. You saw that image and you went into tears. You lost the moment. You didn't lose the moment, you just lost awareness of the moment. Now, your family didn't do that to you. They're not in the room. You did that to you. And what you did is interesting. The dream came just a flash. The dream came and you believed it. What did you do? You believed it. You did not notice that was a dream. You left this beautiful life. You traded it off for the dream. The dream of the not now, not now. The illusion that would blind you from this flawless life that continues unceasingly to gift, to give. And it doesn't say you have to notice me. It just waits for you to notice. It's caught up to you. You haven't caught up to it. I love this ego, this past, future. What a beautiful day. Da, 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 da. Or it's just a dream I'm awake to, but I have questioned the nightmare. I'm going to hold you in this one. And then, we have to, the ego, all of you, it's going to want to shift you all over the place. Yeah, no, that's not it. No, that's not it. And I don't hear that from you, sweetheart, but it's a way of me saying it will do anything to keep you from landing on one thing. That is the job of the ego. If you wake up to reality, the ego cannot exist. It's the difference of life and life as opposed to real life. Not life imagined, but life. Get to be right, and I'm going to invite you to leave this conversation and return to inquiry because I can't help you otherwise. And the only help I can give you is to remind you, and all of us, it's for all of us witnessing this, to remind you that what you just said has no place in inquiry. And you continue to move into defense, which is deadly. It is the greatest support for ego you can possibly use. It's not right or wrong, it's just painful. What if that wasn't even, you didn't even have the ability to think that? Imagine your life without the thought, I want them to support me to do what I want. So now you have your permission, you don't need theirs. I could be walking with Stephen and we're walking together and all of a sudden I say I want to go left and he says I want to keep going straight. He knows I'm going left. And then he'll go left with me if he wants to walk with me, or he'll go straight. And I trust him. If he goes straight and I go left, we're having the best walk ever. He's having his best walk. I'm having my best walk. No tricks. I trust him and respect him and his decisions, and he offers me the same. It's a way of life. I go my own way, and we end up together and share our walks. I go my way, that's the point. He goes his way, that's the point. He owes me nothing, I owe him nothing. We're free in that. If he says he wants to leave me for another woman, this is hypothetical, but wants to leave for another woman, Why would I be so excited? He gets to be with someone even more fun and loving than I am. Now that excites me. I want to meet her now. I celebrate his life as I celebrate my own. That's love. I don't have to own his body. Say if Stephen or one of my children wanted something and I'm unable to give it to them, I would respect their heart's desire. And there is a language for that. It's like, I respect your heart's desire. I love that for you. And what you ask for from me, I'm unable to give. But I only say that if it's true. That doesn't make me mean, it makes me trustworthy. And I can change my mind later. I can say, oh, I've had a change of mind. And I can give that to you now. Mind changes. But what doesn't change is it's a match to my heart. And it's not written in stone, it's written in truth. And I don't write it, it's just there. And everything on this worksheet is attachment to the not now. And it overrides the heart. But the heart never loses strength, just to use heart as a symbol. The truth never loses its strength. But we have this fog and smog. They made me, my life is their fault. Dun, 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 dun. They don't dun, they do dun, dun, dun. All of that. It's like this smog, all this fake news. It's hard. That ego has to override our awareness of what never moves, the immovable. So this work we're doing is like we're looking through all this fog and finding something beautiful. That immovable, that impossible to move heart. Nothing we can do about it. Come up against it, that is the cause of stress. You know what Stephen read to me this morning? That a statistic that showed that in the United States, that drug addiction was 43% higher in June than it was in May. 1 month, 43% higher. So we're not doing, and we're looking at the cause. How do I react when I believe the thought they shouldn't destroy my life? You see those images of past, future, and then you resent them, and that's against the heart. And what do we do to shut this up? What do we do to settle down? What do we do? Especially, this is why people don't stay. It's why they don't wear masks. It's why we don't know how to deal with this. But all of you out there, if you're going through some of this is medicine. It's not for everyone, but it is medicine. It deals with this. To get still in the mornings, 30 minutes a day when you wake up, just fill in a worksheet. Just to fill in a worksheet. It can blow your mind if you have done a few. It can just blow your mind just looking at the cause of, we're identifying the cause of all suffering. What is the cause of all suffering? What we're thinking and believing about life. Life is never the cause of suffering. What we're thinking and believing about this given life. If you died and went to heaven, where everything is perfect, everything is beautiful, everything is perfect. You died and you went to heaven. The only problem is, even though everything's perfect, what you're thinking and believing on earth, you take to heaven with you. So where would you be? I've done this work and it woke me up to heaven. We call it earth here. It's perfect. It's a gift. There's nothing out of order with this.